right? Always take note of the alignment. So you want to make sure that this is aligned properly. So from what we have in our sample flyer, this interesting here should be on this line, on the line of the WYT, right? So that is one thing I would work on. And the other thing would be to make it legible, because obviously design is communication, and for communication to be complete, the receiving party have to understand what is being sent to them, and to understand, you actually have to see it, or you obviously have to see it. So I'd recommend this to be very legible. Like you said, you're in a hurry, so you'd want to finish that up. Then here, this has to be aligned to everything here. Let me just show you how that will be done. Everything here has to come this way, right? Has to come this way. So aside that, you are good to go, I would say. So well done, Victoria, on your assignment.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so last week when we were working on this, we talked about how we can get our icons, right? So where did you get your icons from? YouTube, sorry, Google, or where?
So is that question for me?
It was for you, but no worries. So this is where this is another place where you can get icons, right? Now when we are downloading icons, we need to keep in mind that you need to download a PNG, right? We need to download a PNG. So PNG stands for Portable Network Graphic. In layman terms, it just means that it has no background, right? So I would show you examples of what we are talking about. Now we have let's go to our drive. We have, okay, I already have this picture in my phone, on my laptop. So let us look at something. Open. Okay. So we have this file of a cat, or sorry, is that a cat or a dog? Sorry. Yeah, this is a dog, right? So let us download this. Let's download this. Now it's downloaded. So I open that right up in Photoshop. So I have this picture. Now, if I was to if I was to if I wanted this as an icon, for example, I wanted this this is called a Shiba Inu. This is a kind of dog, or a Shiba, yeah, kind of dog called a Shiba Inu, or something, the Shiba rather. So if you wanted this as an icon, right, I can make it smaller and then come to our flyer here and drop it here. See, make it smaller. But we see that it has a background, right? You see that it has a background. And it just shows that this is not a PNG file, right? So it has a background and it's obviously not what we want. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over to the file here. Obviously, we can do it from here, but I want us to do it, so it looks very big. So what we're going to do is there are two things we can do. First, in fact, there are three things we can do. The first thing we can do is we can come here to select, right? And we see subjects. So we can select the subject. So when you click on select subject, what the software does is that it's automatically identifies the subject in the picture and select it. So let's try that out. Select subject. Okay. So what happens after that is we just press Ctrl J. Or instead of pressing Ctrl J, we can come to layers and max it here. So when that happens, the background is out, right? But we can see that it is not fully out because there's still there's some of the cyan background showing. So to take care of that, you just clean that up using the eraser tool. Now, let me show you something about the eraser tool. When we want to erase, we have the eraser tool, right? You can just come here, zoom in. You can come here, zoom in, and obviously erase, right? And obviously erase. Then you see that when you erase this, right? When you erase this, it's very difficult to do it this way. So the other way to go about it is to come here, see on your eraser tool, you right click and you go to magic eraser. Magic eraser. So what this does is that it erases a particular color that you click on. Say I want to take away this brown color. It's on magic eraser. I click on it. So the brown is out, right? So the same way, I want to take away the cyan background that is still left from here. I just click on it and it takes away the cyan. In the tail too, there's still part of the cyan showing. So just click there and it goes off, right? That's quite easy. That's one way to use the eraser tool. Remember, that's the magic eraser. The magic eraser is found in the box of the eraser. Usually the third one, the magic eraser. So again, the difference between eraser and magic eraser is that the eraser tool, if I wanted to take away this background now, I will start erasing one by one, and it's just very difficult. So I can instead come to the magic eraser and just click on the color I'm trying to take out. So just click and it goes off, right? If I wanted to take away the red, just click and it goes off. If I wanted this brown here, just click and it goes off, right? So that's one way to go about it. So that's one way to go about it. Another way to go about it is to come to properties, right? Properties, hold on. The properties, this is properties. Remember, if you can't find the properties, you come to window, properties, right? So when you come to properties, you just come to the quick action. If your panel is very short this way, you may not be able to see it. So you have to drag down. Under quick actions, you have remove background. This is the easiest way to do it. Just remove the background, and it just it's very, very simple. It just does it for you. You can see. But again, we still have the sorry. again, we still have the cyan showing again. So we just come to Magic Eraser tool and click on it, and it takes just care of it. Very easy. There and there. Okay. Sorry. Now, when you have this, you can now save this as a PNG to file, export as PNG, quick export as PNG. You can also come here to export as and save it from here. Export as PNG, right? So let's not waste time. Let's just go back to file, exports, or quick export as PNG. We export it PNG test. So now that we have that saved in our PC, we can come here now, delete this file, place embedded, and we have the PNG test here. It's as simple as that. And then you just drag down until you have your icon. Now, why this is very, very handy is because when there are sometimes, now look at, let's go to this website. Let's go to this website. Flaticon. Now from Flaticon, you can get basically, or you can get almost every icon you may be searching for. You can get your Instagram, Facebook, whatever icon it is you're looking for, you can find that here. Let's say we want Facebook, right? You just click on, you can search for it. If you can't find it here, just search for what you're looking for. Say we want the Google Play or the App Store icon. Let's see if we can find it here. Okay, you see that we can't find the apps. Let's see, App Store icon. Apple Store. Let's try Apple Store. So we can't still find what we're looking for. But when you come to Google, you can see Apple Store. Images. Sorry. Icon. So this is what we're looking for. Download on the App Store. So sometimes you may come to Google to want to download this icon, but you will not find it as a PNG, right? You may just find a JPEG file. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I've downloaded that. Let us install it here. Let us place it here. Okay. So this is the icon, right? But we can see that it is a JPEG file because it still has some whites at the side, but that's not what we need. So what we just do is we just come to this Magic Eraser tool, and this file would not erase because it is a flat object. So what you just do is you right click from here and come to rasterize layer. Now you can erase it. You come to your Magic Eraser tool and just click on the white. It erases. You can see. Come here also, the white, it goes out. The white, it also goes out. So it's very handy to, just in case you're looking for an icon that you can't get on some websites, but you can see that you can find them on Google. what you just do is you just use your magic eraser tool to take care of the background. It's quite easy. Okay. So we'll go back to our drive. On the drive, we have some icons here. We have this icon. We have the Facebook icon here. We have the Twitter. We have the YouTube. We have the WhatsApp. But let's say we want to use the Facebook. I already have it in my PC, so I'll go back to my PC. We want to use the Facebook, right? So we come here, place embedded, and this is the Facebook. It's already a PNG, so I don't have to do any of those. It's a PNG because, so when you go to Flaticon, hold on. When you go to Flaticon, you can download, let's assume you want to make use of this file here. So you find the file you're looking for and you click on PNG. So you want to download as a PNG, right? And it downloads for you. That's how I got this file without having to do any work. Now, this is the icon we're trying to use. Say we want to place it here on this design. Let's change this to watch us on Facebook. And I want to place it here on this design. I'll delete this. Okay, so we want to place this here on this design. And this is black, right? Let's say we don't want this black color. We want to change the color of this Facebook icon. What we just do is we come to layers again. We come to layers and find where it is on the layer. So this is where it is here, Facebook. You come to this, the first icon here, which is FX, right? The blending options. You come here and you go to color overlay. Color overlay. You go to color overlay. You make sure that the blend mode is set to normal, right? And the opacity is 200. Then you can choose what color you want this icon to be. Whatever color, let's say you are working with a brand theme, for example. Let's say the colors of the brand is red and yellow. So you want this to be red or yellow. You can just come here and choose red, right? And choose red, or whatever color you want this to be. It's as simple as that. And then you click OK, and you are done. So if you want to, let's say you have a specific color you want this to be. You don't just want to, let me show you. Let's say you want it to be this particular color, this cyan we have here. What you do is you find the color code of this. You find the color code of this shirts here. This is not a cyan. Actually, it looks like a cyan because we have an overlay on it. But let's say we want it to be this yellow, right? This particular yellow here. We want this Facebook icon here to be this particular yellow. What we just do is we're going to find the color code of this yellow here. To do that, we come to your eyedropper tool, or the shortcut is I here on your toolbar, and you click on this color here, right? When you do that, it shows you the color code. Again, your eyedropper tool, click on the color, and then you come to this place here, the foreground color. You click on it, and it shows you the color code, which is FFC000. FFC000. So if you are designing, you can either write it down or just copy it Control C, you copy it. Then you come to your icon again, color overlay. Now that we've already applied a color overlay on this icon, you can just double click to enter it. You can double click to enter it. But remember, if we've not applied the color overlay, what would have to do is we come to FX, then color overlay, and it takes us there. Now that we've come to this place, what we'll now do is we'll now press the color code, which is FFC 000, or you just paste the color code you copied initially. Control V to paste, Control V to paste, and there you go. You see that the color of the icon has changed. Alternatively, if the color is already on your canvas, it's already somewhere here. The method I just did was, let's assume the color is not on your canvas here. It is somewhere here, maybe somewhere on the website that you found it. You can just do that. But if the color is already on your canvas, like we have the color here, you just come to, I'll go back again. If the color is already on your canvas, what you just do is you come to your layer panel again, layer, color overlay, then you just click on your color. And then when you take your mouse or your cursor outside this box, it turns to an eyedropper tool, and just click on the color you want it to be, this color, or say you want it to be the color of his teeth, this color, you can see, or the color of this background here, this color. But we want it to be yellow, so this color, click it, okay, you are good to go. That's simple as that. That's simple as that. So watch us on Facebook. We're going to try that out with another example. Now, we have the messenger icon here. Where's the messenger icon? Yeah, okay. So let us place the messenger icon, place embedded. Where is it? Facebook Messenger. Okay. Now, for the messenger icon, we know that for those of us that use Facebook Messenger, let us see how it looks in the real, how it is. Messenger. So we can see that the icon is not a solid color, right? This is what it looks like. It's not a solid color. Let me save this. So I'll also place this here. So if we're working with something that is not a solid color, this icon here has different colors. It has this color, it has different colors. So this method would not work. This color overlay method would not work. For us to achieve something like this on this same icon, we're going to use what we call the gradient overlay. The gradient overlay. So we're going to come to layers again, the same thing, and then you identify the icon, which is Facebook Messenger. Then come to this same place, FX, and click on gradient overlay. Gradient overlay. So you click on that. You click on that. Then we want the gradient to be like what we have here. So this color, first of all, this is a blue, and this is like an orange here. So this spectrum starts with a blue, a light blue, and ends with an orange. So we'll go to gradient overlay, and then this is a linear kind of gradient. If you check the style here, we have linear, radial, angle, reflected, and diamond. So I'll first show you how the linear works, and then I'll show you how the other ones work. We have linear, and then obviously we don't have just one color here. We have one. I think this is 1, 2, 3. It looks like a blue, purple, and orange. So we're going to add this the starting point is going to be where the blue is, and the ending point is going to be where the orange is. So let's start. You click on this tab here, and you come to color. And when you come to color, you now impute the color code for this. You impute the color code for this blue here. I don't know the color code, but I have the icon with me. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to just click on it, because remember, when you take this cursor out of the eyedropper tool, what happens is, so when you take this color out of this box, it becomes an eyedropper tool. And what the eyedropper tool does is that it picks every color you want it to pick. So it tells you just place it on the color, and it gives you the details of that color. So we'll take this out of the box and place it here, and we have this. So now we have the blue. You see the blue says it is 0, 0, C, 9, 5, F5. So that's what the blue is. So we just click OK. So you see that it has changed, right? It has changed. Now the other spectrum, or the end of the spectrum, is an orange. I think that's an orange. So we click on that again, and here, color, move this here, and you click at the edge of it. Is that an orange? That's not. It means that's not an orange. That's something else. That's probably, is the ladies in the house. You tell us what kind of color is this. By head, that you see color differently. That was a joke. So, okay. So now we see that we have something that is similar to the original messenger icon, right? But then we are missing something in the middle, which I think is the purple. So what we'll do is we'll come to this bar we have here, and come to the middle and just click on it. Sorry. Just click on it here. I'll do that again. You can see the what it says there, click to add a stop. So just click just below it, and you've added a stop, right? Now this stop, the color of this stop is going to be purple, just like what we have in the icon here. So we're going to double click on it or once. They come to this color here, and what we want to do here is we want to place the eyedropper tool on the strongest points of the purple, because remember, it's a gradient and it's a spectrum of colors. So we want to place this eyedropper tool on the parts where the purple seems the strongest. And for me, I think that would be around here. Around here. So then I click OK. Okay, so there we have it. Now, okay, I'll click OK here also. So now we're done. Well, you can see that this icon here, right, and this one here, they now look very similar, but you see that the angle of the gradient is not the same, right? The original one looks like it is going it looks like the blue is filling up this place, and it just looks like it's going from, what angle is this? This is like a 45-degree angle. So it looks like a 45-degree angle to me. That's where it is going. So what we do is we come back here to our icon and come to layers again. Where's our layers? Did I close that? Okay, we have it here. Remember, you can move this around. Just make it convenient for you, or efficient rather. So come to layers again and double click on gradient overlay. What we want to do now is we want to change the angle of the gradient. I believe it is 45 degree because it is slanted just at the middle. It's slanted. So I'll change the angle here to 45. This is the angle, so change it to 45 degree. So let's see what happens there. Okay. So it is 45. It is 45. Well, it's still not giving me what I want. I feel like we have too much purple here. So what's going to happen is we're going to change the scale. Let's see. We'll drag down the scale of the gradients. So let's say around 80%. Mind you, these numbers would work. The numbers are not specifics. It works based on what you're working. It's just based on what you're working on, right? So it's all relative. So it's now similar. But I still feel like the purple or the we have so little orange, or what color is that again? Light red on our own icon. So what I'll do is I'll go back to that place and still come back to the colors here. Then here, I'll create another, I'll drag this in a little bit. Let's see how that works. I drag that in a little bit and still add one stop of orange. Is that red or orange again? I'm asking again. No one has answered me. So this stop, I'll change this color to the red, or the light red, or that's not orange, light red, light shade of red. Then okay, and so now we have something very similar to the original messenger logo. Now most times we may not have to work on something like this, but the whole idea is to know how to apply a gradient fill, right? Is to know how to apply a gradient fill. So now we have this and we have this. So I can go back to our drive and we have the Spotify logo here. Let's try the Spotify. So what is Spotify icon? Okay. So something else is that there's something you don't have to do that, but that's what I do. I have a, what's it called? A widget or something like that on my Chrome that helps me pick colors if I don't want to download the images. I can just come to my color picker here and just use it to find color. So this is the logo for Spotify. You just click on that. IDD05D. Sorry, 1DD05D. I come back to my Photoshop. Place embedded. Where's Spotify? This Spotify. Place embedded. And then again, this is not the gradient, so it means we're going to use color overlay for this. So come here, color overlay, and now what happens is that it will show yellow because of that was the previous color we overlaid on an icon. What we're going to do is we're going to come here, double click it, and 1DD050. Did I get that? Let's confirm. Oh, 05D, not 05D. So this last zero will change to D. And there you go, you have your Spotify logo. Now, the color overlay is not only for icons. You can use it for virtually anything at all. Let's come back to our dog here. So we have this. Say we want it to be a silhouette, right? Or how's it pronounced? A silhouette, like a dark image. So what I'll just do is do the same thing. Sorry. Let me undo everything that's been done here. So you just come here. Delete the background like before. Remember, there are different ways to delete the background. So whatever way works for you, you can do that. And then, so what I'll now do now is I want to make this a silhouette. So what I'll do is FX again, color overlay. And usually a silhouette is usually black, right? So even not very black, but let's say this shade of black. And there you have it. So the function works for anything at all. But let's say another reason why you should know how your PNG works is that, let's say this background was not removed, right? This background was not removed. I want to make a silhouette of this dog, and then we just come here, come to FX, color overlay. See what happens. It turns black. Say I want it to be green. Everything turns green. Why is it turning green? Why does it turn green? It's because of the background has not been removed. So the color is overlaid on both the background and the subject. There's something you might want to take note of when you are working with your files. Okay, now say we have this file, right? This dog is just a flat image. So in the assignment, Victoria submitted her flyer as a PDF. Now PDF, if you want to print your flyer, most print shops may not have Photoshop installed in their PCs. So they would ask you to send it as a PDF. So that's fine. If you want to print, it's okay to send as a PDF. But if you want to upload on social media, on Facebook, on Instagram, on WhatsApp, the best way to save your file is, now this file, as you can see, right, is a flat image. By flat, I mean it does not have a wide spectrum of colors. It's just an illustration, more or less. So to save files like this, right, what you do is you come to file, exports, export as, and files like this should be exported as a PNG, regardless of whether you have the background removed or not. You should save files like this as PNG. Let me show you something. So this is the file now. Let's say we want to save it as a JPEG, which is JPEG. Look at the okay. So if you save it as a JPEG, let's say we take the quality to 7. It's not ideal to save files like this as a JPEG. So it's advised that you save them as PNG, right? So you save files like this as PNG, but when it comes to JPEG, you save files that have so many colors in them, that have a wide spectrum of colors, just like your regular pictures. Say we have, let me open a picture. Say we have something like this. We have something like this. A picture like this now should be saved as JPEG or JPG. So file, export as. It will take some time to load, please. Okay. Now look at the file size here. It says 32.5 MB, right? It is so big this is a very, very big file to save. It's just a picture and it's 32.5 MB rather. When you try to save it as a PNG, and you can still opt for a smaller file size to make it smaller, but not very small. But when you do this, the quality of your image drops, right? It drops a whole lot. So when you have files like this, you don't want them to be in PNG, whether smaller file or not. You save it as a JPG instead, JPG. You increase the quality to 7, and you see that it's not even up to the 14 MB it was earlier. So 11 MB. So files like this, like your pictures you take, whatever it is that have so many colors, you save them this way as a JPEG. Then PDF, you save files, but you find PDF here, save as. You can find it here, PDF. Where's the PDF? Okay, here. So you save it as a PDF most times when you are going for printing, and if the file is specifically requested as a PDF, that's what you are going to do. Okay. So that's that for the changing colors here with your icon. Now we will learn how to change colors on actual images like what we have here. Okay, let's start with something much simpler. Let's go to open. We have this file. Okay, now this lady here is she's hugging, and I want to believe that maybe her partner is just returning from an assignment or something. But she's wearing a red shirt, right? A red top. That's what she's wearing. And say for the purpose of a design, say you want the image to match the color theme of your brand or something like that, and you want to change this color that she's wearing. She's wearing a red, and you want to change this color to say a blue, right? You want to change what she's wearing to a blue. What happens is you come to your layers. Now, I recommend that when you are doing this, called photo manipulation. So I recommend that when you are doing something like this, you always copy the layer, the background layer. So this is background. You press Ctrl J and it copies it. Now you have both the background, which is the image, and you still have the layer one, which is still the image. So we're working with this, working with layer one here. So the first thing to do is quite simple. To change this image, this color to blue. To change this color to blue, what we're going to do is we're going to come to our adjustment panel here. It's the third one. Yes. Someone said something. Okay.
Don't worry.
Okay.
It's on YouTube.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so say you have to change this blue for there. Now, an instance is that there was a time I was working on a flyer, right, for this company, and I searched for images on the internet. So many images I looked at. I could not find anyone that could match the color of a brand. And this brand, their primary color is blue, and they wanted it to look like the lady was wearing a blue shirt.
Sorry, Stanley.
Yeah.
Is this recording still going on or not? Because I heard the recording stopped.
No, it's not going on. But someone said it's going to be attended to, I think.
Don't worry, it's on YouTube already. It's on YouTube.
Okay, streaming live.
Okay. Yeah, streaming live on YouTube, yes.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so they wanted it to look like she was wearing a blue shirt that matched with the brand's color. So what you do is that you want to change the color of her red top to blue, or whatever color it is you want. We'll come to our adjustment panel here, or adjustment layer here. We're going to add adjustment basically to the image. We'll add adjustment to the image. To do that, we come to, I'll close this up and start again. We'll come to our layers panel, layers. Come to our layers panel. Remember, you have to duplicate the image always. I recommend that Ctrl J to do that. If you don't want to use Ctrl J, you can just right click and duplicate layer here. The same thing. Okay, so to do that, like I said, we'll add an adjustment layer, and to do that, we'll come here, which is the third panel you can see here. Come here and we come to hue saturation. Hue saturation is where we come to. Now, there's always a preset. We have a cyanotype, increase saturation more, but we want to leave this as default, right? As default. Then the next tab here is the colors we are looking for. This one is the master tab. It is master because when you move this here and here, it has changed to blue, for example. Let's say we wanted this shade of blue. It has changed to blue. But obviously, it has also affected the other part of the image, and we don't want that. So we're going to undo that. What we do is we come to master, or this place here, and you go to blues, right? Blues here, click on blues. Now, when you click on blues, oh, sorry, this is red. This is not blue, so we click on red. Where is red? Click on red. That's what we have there. So the next thing is that we want to come this eyedropper. We have 3 eyedropper tools here. One is for adding, one is for subtracting, but we want to use the first one. the first one. So you click on the first eyedropper tool. And remember, this is already on red. So, okay, let me show you that. So it's already on red. So when we now do it, you see that it changes, it doesn't affect other parts of the image again. It just affects the red parts of the image. But then we want to be as accurate as possible. We want to pick this the exact red color that we have there. So we'll undo this, and we use this eyedropper tool to pick this exact red. So come here, eyedropper, and this is the red. So you click on it. So now that we have done that, it has picked the exact red we are looking for. But remember, this is not a flat image. You can see that this part is very concentrated. Here is not very, it's not as concentrated as this part. So you just click on any part of it for a start, and then you can now move it. So you see now that it is now more precise than the first one. It's now more precise than the first one. Again, I will undo that. You can see this after using the eyedropper, you can see this what is it called? This bar here. Now this bar goes as far as 180 degrees both ways, but we want it to be on this red, remember. So we want it to be on this red. So come back to red again. We're going to draw it to as close as possible to the red color. Drag both of them as close as possible to the red color. So we have here red there and red there. Now we can now move it. I think that's a little bit too harsh. So we're going to increase it a little bit. Yes. Just a little bit. Now we can change the color. Okay. Now, let's say we want this shade of blue, right? We want this. Okay, no. Let's say we want something like yeah, blue here. This shade of blue. What will happen is you now press Ctrl I on your keyboard, Ctrl I. Sorry. Make sure that you're on this white marks here, the white marks. So you press Ctrl I, which is to invert your selection, and then you make sure that your foreground color is white. Make sure it is white. Then you come to brush. You come to brush, and then you start painting. Just you can now zoom in. You come to brush. Your brush tool. Remember your brush tool. Let's make it bigger. It's on 9 here. You can see. So 9 is very small. We want to make it bigger. You press that. You can right click and make it say, let's take it to 100 pixels, just around that. Okay, good. I can see that you now start painting over the red that you want to change to blue. Start painting over the red. So what I'll do is, this brush is very hard, so I'll take down the hardness to 0, and then just paint over just paint over it. I also take down the float to say 69, so around that, and just paint over the parts of the shirt that you want to change its color. Now, why we are doing this is because of the we are doing this because of the lady's skin tone has some red in it. So if you just did it the other way, like automatically, you would still have some changes in her skin tone. You just paint over this, come down here, paint over this also. And now this place is where a light falls. That's why it's like this. The light falls here. Remember, we're using the brush tool. Make it a little bit smaller here. And just paint. Painting is just dragging your mouse or your cursor over the parts you want to change, basically. So you have to zoom in to be as exact as possible to change it, but basically that is the concept surrounding changing colors. Say we want to change the background instead to, okay, say we want to change the background instead to blue or to something else, right? Now we add another adjustment layer, right? Another adjustment layer, hue saturation, and instead the background is green, right? So this time we just target green. Again, the same way, click on green. But if you can notice, this guy's attire is having some green in it, so it's expected to do what? To affect his attire. So what I would do is I would just come to select and select subjects. What happens is that it's going to pick out both the man and his wife or partner. Okay. Now, after selecting them, what you now do is you just press Ctrl J. Make sure that you are on the layer, Ctrl J, after selecting. So Ctrl J. So we have picked out, you can see that we have picked out both the man and his wife now. Then you can now change the background. So now apply the adjustment layer just below this layer here, just below this one. Apply it here. But if you apply it here, it affects the green also. So apply it here. Then hue saturation again. Master greens. Then just the shade of green you're looking for. Let's use this green. And then you just change it. You can see, it just changes without affecting the man. I think this looks a little bit more natural. You can also change the saturation to make it very saturated or less saturated, depending on your preference or how the image is. You can lighten it up from here. You can also darken it. I want it to be just at this place and here. And there we go. So just for us to understand why this is done here, if we take down this layer now, if we take this one beneath the adjustment layer, see what happens. It changes, right? Or not? Okay, it doesn't have much change because the green doesn't have much change because the green on his shirts is not the same shade as the green that we selected. But for instances where the greens are similar, you just select out the subjects. and you move it up. It's as easy as that. Okay. Let's go back to our, now that's that for changing on images. Well, you can also do that on to flat images also. We have this cyan, right? We have this cyan here. But to apply the same thing here now, it's very, very easy here to do, because what we just have here is just a flat image with flat colors, no white spectrum. So to change, say, the color of this background, let's say we want to keep this background. To change the color, we just come here, just come here, hue saturation, and this is cyan. So cyan, color picker on the background, and it just changes. See, just changes as easy as ABC. Now this is because of this one is much easier because of the background is a flat background. You don't have wide spectrum of colors. Say you also want to change this, you want to change the brown on the dog to something else. Why keeping the background as it is currently? You still come here, add a hue saturation layer, then change. Let's say we want this brown, right? Is there a brown here? I think brown is close to yellows, right? It's close to yellows. Again, pick what you want to change and just drag along. You can see, just drag along. Okay. So basically, that's that for changing, for altering colors in altering colors in your designs. So I want us to do a real example now and apply it to a design, to an actual design. Let's apply it to this design, right? We'll apply it to this design that we have here. So I'll go to my okay. I'll create a new file. I'll come here. Please, what is the is there a logo for RLCCG? What's the logo? RLCCG. I know there's a logo, but is there a color theme? Is there a color theme? Okay, let's use this one. I'm going to use this one. Save images. PNG. Okay. Let's come here. This embedded. Okay, so look at this lady now. We want to design a very quick short flyer for the church. So come to downloads. Have this. Now this is not a PNG as you can see, but like we learned earlier, we can easily pick off the sides. To do that, take away. You just try. It tells you this smart object must be rasterized before proceeding. Edit content would no longer be available. Rasterize. Okay. Then you can now click here, take it out, and take it out. Then you just crop it. Let's take this out also. Okay. We'll just make it small, right? Make it small, put it here. So what I want to do now is I want to take out this background. Like I said, there are two ways to do that. You can come here to properties, and in fact, to do that, you have to first of all rasterize the layer. So rasterize, that's been done. Then you come to properties and remove background. Okay, remove background, done, right? Now she's wearing a red, this lady is wearing a red top, right? Let's say we want to change it to this color here, or something that is close to this color here that we have. What to do is, first things first, we want to pick out the color and know what we are working with. So I'm going to draw a rectangle. I'm going to draw a rectangle and eyedropper on this color. Then I'll change the color from here. So now this is the color I want to match this girl's top with, or at least I want to make it as close as possible to this color, just for the purpose of this design. So what I would do now is I would obviously come here again, hue saturation. Now there's something to take note of. You can see that she may be wearing red, but her color, right? Her skin color is very close, looks like it's kind of very close to the red also, but she's also putting on a red lipstick. So you need to take note of all that. Then you just come here. This is just red. So red, eyedropper tool on the color, and then you just change it. But like I said, her skin is close to the red. That's why the whole thing is changing. But want it to be this color of the color that we have there. What we'll do is we're going to make it close here, make it darker. We'll make it that's lightness. You reduce the lightness a little bit, and then saturation. So now we have something that is close to the color we have here. Okay. But then she's all messed up. Her color has changed. So we need to also fix that. Again, to do that, we're going to max. We're going to max. Is it max or mask? I'm going to mask, right? We'll come to this mask here, and Control I again to invert, or to invert it. Control I again, and then you just start to make sure the foreground color here is white. So it's white here. So you just use your brush tool and just paint over the lady. Just paint. To start, I recommend you start from the difficult places. Brush to remember. Just paint over here. Just paint. Mm. Okay. I think I got some of the color on our skin, so I'm trying to erase it. Remember that the brush tool and the eraser tool are like fire and water. Okay. Now that we'll have that taken care of, we'll also take care of this place first of all. Just the edges, just so we don't make mistakes. Erase this again. The point is just be careful while you are working on yours. Just be careful with it. It's just the main thing. And then I think that's all. Okay, then you can just easily paint here to make it very fast. Quickly paint here. So just so we don't waste our time, this is basically what you have to do. Then you paint. When you are doing yours, you need to just take care of these places also. Take care of it as easily as you should. You zoom in, you paint out, you zoom in, just like that. Okay. Then we have something we can work with. We have something we can work with. Similar. So when you do this, you then say we are okay with what we have here. Say we are okay with what we have here. We just you're going to hold the what's it called? You'd hold the underlying layer, which is the girl on red, and then the adjustment layer, and then you press shift to select all of them, then then right click and convert to smart object. That way you can easily move it around. But if you don't do that, see what happens. If you don't do that, see what happens. When you move this girl, see what happens. It just goes out. So we want to make sure it's in place. This is the adjustment layer and the girl. Right click and then convert to smart objects. Now, there are other ways to do it. We could have also right clicked and merge the layers, which means they've been merged now. So it's not just one layer. But if you do it that way, you have lost all of your edits, right? You cannot go back and edit it again. So why we have to convert to smart objects is just in case, say, we change our mind and say, okay, I don't want this to be what's it called? Purple again. I just double click on the smart object here. Double click. So it brings me here to where I can edit I can make edits again to the colors. You double click on the adjustment layer and just drag come back to, we used red, right? Come back to red and just drag it to change the color if that's what you want. And just change the color of address if that's what you want. To make sure when you are okay, and then sorry, I didn't tell you that. Then when you are done, just press Ctrl S and it just saves it. That's all. And you come back to your tab. To make sure it is always a smart object. Very important. Okay, then we have, let's put her here. Right? Let's put her here. And then the text that says join Sunday service online. Join Sunday service online. Then I want to make this 18. No, 18 is too tight. Let's put that 24. So join Sunday service online. Okay. So let me see. Let me change this to Buffalo. So basically, this is just a scenario where you can use your color change and your background change, right? There are obviously 1,000 more scenarios where you can use them. We can use them. So we are done with this guy. Well, see, I could just put it at the background here, take it back, and place embedded, find an image. We have an image here that we used, not this one. This one. Make it a little bit, no, sorry, a little bit bigger. And I'll take this to the background. Yeah. Make this white. I'll make the color of the rectangle white. Not white. Let's make it this shade, a lighter purple shade. That's too light. Yeah, that's better. I feel this is too, the background here is too, I want it to be blur. It's so much in focus. I want it to be blur. So you come to filters, blur gallery, sorry, blur, and then Gaussian blur. Let's add some blur to that. Just to make it, yeah, so it's a bit better. Obviously, we can still change the color of that background again. Hue saturation. I think I'll change the master color. I'll like change everything, not just okay. Let me see. Is there anything like sorry, is there anything like RCCG app images? Okay, there is, right? So say this is the app. See, this is the app, right? So this is the app. I'll just save this, an image, JPEG. I'll come here. I'll come here. I'll open up this I'll open this up again in a smart object here. I just want to add an image here to this phone here. I'll zoom in and place embedded. To place embedded is to place the image you just downloaded. So place, make it smaller. Make it smaller. So not the next one, but in a subsequent class, we'll learn how to use mockups also. Usually a mockup can do this, but I'm going to do it manually. So this is, I want to tilt this a little to this angle. This angle, just tilt it. Yeah. I think the phone is in a very wide angle. For us to achieve that angle, now we're going to press Ctrl T, which is to transform, right? Ctrl T to transform. Then right click and go to distort. So we have different ways to transform our image. You can scale, rotate, skew, perspective. Later on, I'll show you what you can achieve with each of them. But right now, I want to work with distort. So you're going to hold this angle here, right? Like, obviously we have 4 angles, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. So what I'm trying to do now is I want to match this flat image to this phone's angle here. So I'll bring it on. I'll match this one here. I'll match this one here. This one will be matched here. Just open it, and this one here. Right? Now we're not working with a mockup, so we're going to do a lot of cut and join here. To make it a little bit bigger. After matching it a little bit bigger. After that, you are going to come and copy the layer that has the phone, right? And just bring it on top. Sorry. And just bring it on top. Yeah, good. So from here, what we just do is we just have to erase. You start to erase the white parts. You start to erase the white parts so that it can show. But remember something we learned today. If the color is flat, you can just use your magic eraser tool and just pick out the color. Easy as that, right? I'll go again. This is after aligning this image now to the phone, to where the phone is. We're now going to take this, we'll copy this background image and take it to the top here, right? We'll copy the background image and take it to the top here. Or if possible, let's not copy the background image. Let's just select this part here, select it, right? Then come to the background image down and press Ctrl J to copy it. So what we just did now, we just copied out, sorry, not there. Come here and Ctrl J. So what we just did now, we just copied out, we copied out the part of the phone only. That's what we copied out, just the phone. Ctrl J. Sorry, there's a mistake there. I'll start again so we understand what I just did. So this is what we have here, right? We are going to come here, the background image, and we'll just copy it, which is Ctrl J, right? I think it's easier this way, Ctrl J, and you now you then bring it to the top. It has changed again because of the adjustment layer is now below the girl, but we don't need this part of the image. We just need this part because of the phone. So what we'll do is we'll use our eraser tool to erase just this part. Just erase it. What we only need is this part that has the phone. So erase it. We'll come back here. So what we are trying to achieve now is if we toggle off this layer, we see that the phone or the screen is at the background, right? We toggle it on again, we see that it has covered it. We want this screen to be showing. We want this screen to be showing, but there's a white layer above it, right? A white layer above it. For us to handle it, we have to use our eraser tool to erase the white out. But remember, this is just one color. The white is just one color. We can use a very simple way to do it, which is the magic eraser tool. And what the magic eraser tool does is that it deletes any color you place it on. Say we want to get rid of the black. The black goes away, you can see. But no, we want just the screen. So we click on the screen, right? You can still zoom in and see that these parts are sticking out. Here is also sticking out. Here is also sticking out. To take care of that, we just come back to this layer here and rasterize it. Why we are rasterizing it so we can delete it. If you just try to delete it like that, let me show you. If you try to delete it, see what it says. You can't delete. They'll tell you, they'll still ask you to rasterize here. So rasterize and just delete at the edges only. Make sure it doesn't affect the phone itself. So at the edges, I'll take this up a little. Let me see here. Okay, so the edges again. I'll just delete here the edges again. Just delete. Okay. Remember, designing is art, so you need to do some things manually. So this is what we have here. Then remember, this is a smart object. We've come back to our layer here. It's still not showing what we have here. Why? Because we've not pressed Ctrl S. Remember, it's a smart object. So when you double click it here, it opens up here. You can now make your edits. After making your edits, you just press Ctrl S. It saves. Then you can now come back to your tab and it has reflected, right? So that's reflected. So that's what we have here now. We'll have that here. Can now move this. I think I want here to be a little bit lighter, actually. I'd like it to be a little bit lighter. So let's make it light. Let's make it light. Then okay. So change this to black again. So join, this is just a very simple flyer that says join Sunday service online. You can obviously add some more details. Okay, let's even add some more details. Let's say this app is on Google Play Store or App Store, like we just worked on earlier today, like we just talked about earlier today. So we're going to place the App Store app or App Store icon rather. Yeah. Again, this is not, we need to take care of this white here. And to do that, press go to your eraser tool, magic eraser, and then take care of it. Come here also, take care of here, take care of here. So you have this, just make it a little bit smaller. We'll also add the one for Google Play Store app. Please get it on Play Store. I think that's it. Get it on Play Store, on Google Play. So this is one for Google Play. Let's download that. Let's get it from here. Just save image, download it. It seems this one's already, this is an SVG. This is an SVG. Let's see if it works here. Okay, it works. SVG usually works for an app called Adobe Illustrator. But obviously, it also works on Photoshop. So if you see, I don't think they are aligned. You can see, right? I'm going to make it, let's make this one bigger, a little bit bigger. A little bit bigger. Okay. Right. Just delete my guide I just kept here. Okay, now we are done, right? Now we are done with adding these logos here and here. So we want to align these two logos, these two icons together. You double click on them and then come to align here. You want to make sure they're aligned to the horizontal. Is this the vertical? Go to the vertical center. So you click on it and then remember what we talked about last week, or earlier this week rather. Our guides are very important. If you are starting out, I recommend you always have your guides turned on even before you start designing. But in this case, we're done with our design. So we just come to new guide layouts. I want to make sure that it is on the center. New guide layouts. Okay. So I would convert this to the smart objects. Then come to your options bar. Align to, we've done this before, align to canvas. And then align to the center. So now it's now aligned. They are both now aligned to the center. This also, want to align it to the center also. That this is now the center. This lady center also. Okay. This is the center. Well, because of why it's the center is because of she's holding her phone and it's like this way, going this way. So we can use our initiative or our head to place it back to somewhere that makes more sense, which is here, I think. All right. I think I want this online to shout out a little bit. I'll change it to red, the text color to red. Thankfully, the logo also has some red in it. So let's say this shade of red. Make it 16. Down a little. Okay. I'll still make it smaller because I want to add the text. Yeah. So this to be without so download the RCCG app today. Okay. The RCG app and get started. Make this auto 8. This is
Your voice is lost. Hello? Hello? Can anyone hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, sir.
No voice again. There is no voice from the teacher.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah. I think he wasn't
Yes.
speaking it.
He's here.
Okay.
Sorry, did you lose my voice at some point?
Were you talking? Sorry, then
Close for
He-
about let me say 5 to 6 minutes. And there was no voice from the teacher.
Oh, sorry. That was it must have been my mic. I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
I didn't realize. So, please, where did you lose me? Let me go through the last 5 minutes again. So, let me go through the last 5 minutes again. Please, where did I stop talking? Can you remember, please?
Yes, when you were placing the online.
The way.
It was when you were adjusting the Google Play with download on the App Store thing.
Okay.
You get my print.
Okay. So basically, what I did here was I adjusted the Play Store, like the icons, right? I had to use now. If you can't find the ruler, if you check my canvas, you see that there's something like a ruler at the borders, right? If you can't find it, you just come to Window and you can't find it here, just press Ctrl R actually. So Ctrl R would either make it pop or take it away. In my case, it's like Ctrl R, that is Control Ruler, right? So what I did initially was I just, when you have your ruler on your canvas, you can just drag from the ruler here, just drag. And it brings a line that you can use to just check your alignment. What I did here was I dragged down these lines to make sure that both icons were aligned in the same paths, right? That we are aligned in the same paths. Now, what I would then, after that, the next thing to do is to align them to the center, right? I use these grid lines also that I have here. I recommend that when you are starting your design, you have your grid lines on, right? But in our case, we did not have it on when we're starting out. So I then went to my grid here, which is view guides, new guide layout, right? And just add your grid lines just for you to know the center and how to go about aligning your the objects on your layers to the center, on your canvas to the center. Then I talked about this brush, these lines I have here. These lines I have here, I said that these lines you can find here now, toggling it on and off. You can just get creative basically with your design. Like design is art, for example. So you don't have to, there are no rights or wrongs, right? When you are designing. The only rights or wrongs are your alignments. You have to align it properly, your color choice, your alignments, your colors, your typography. You have to use type or text or font that is very legible, right? Like something like this now, this flyer. This is something that the main message in this flyer or in a flyer like this now is that you want people to do what? To join the Sunday service online. And to do that, the very easy way to do that is just to download the app, right? So you want to make sure that it's always legible. That stuff like this is legible. I also talked about aligning your logo. If Let me show you. If this logo, for example, if this logo uh, was two, if I had two of this, I can say, okay, one can stay here, and one can be here, and the other one can be here. That's if it was two, right? But because we have just one logo, you cannot keep this one here. Then what's this space for? It doesn't even look aligned. So there's an alignment law or aligning law that you have to follow. You have to make sure that the right and the left are aligned properly. The top and the bottom are also aligned properly. So this flyer, for example, I'm basically aligning everything to the center. Now, in that case, this logo cannot stay here. I can either leave it here to be in the center this way, or I can have something like this. So now it's not directly in the center, but together, this whole thing is in the center, right? You also have to take note of your aligning. Yeah, there's another quick way to design. Let's say I don't want to do a center alignment. I can just do it this way. I can bring this here, right? Maybe make it a little bit bigger. Maybe make it a little bit bigger. And then this would come, sorry. And then this would come here. And this would come here. And these guys would also come here. So I would also align this to the left. Align this to the left. Right? But then that would also mess up the design. That would also mess up the design. The whole point is when you're aligning, you need to make sure that what is on the left is equal to or approximately equal to what is on the right. What are the top to be equal to approximately equal to what's on the bottom. So it's just a design principle that you have to follow. But in this case, because of the way we started the design, we did it to the center. If I was to work with this lady now to the left, I'm going to use an image that is longer than this one. You know what I'm saying? That is much longer. Let me show you what I'll use. Let me show that to you. I'll use something like this. I'll use something like this. I'll use something like this. It is not all over the place. You know what I'm saying? It's not all over the place. Then obviously I want I would want the phone to be visible. So I'm going to change that. Flip, transform, then flip horizontal. So it looks like she's now using her left, but then this would probably come this way and make it bigger. You see, basically, it's just the same principle. I'll also align this to the left, to the right also. This is not left, right, sorry. Align it to the right also. Make it a little bit smaller, just a little bit smaller. It aligns, you can say it aligns with everything here. You can see that line there, that's the line that aligns with everything there. And also align this also to the right, basically everything, just align to the right. And maybe I'll take away this rectangle. Yes. There you go. So this is another way of aligning. You see that now, this one now has been taken care of here, right? This place, you don't have to put any other thing here because we already have,
You already.
you can just take it together. Yeah?
Oh, sorry.
So you can just make this bigger. So this is a way to make sure that the left and the right, the top and the bottom are always being accounted for, right? That is something to look out for. Let me change this to purple and see how it looks. Okay, I think that's okay. So make sure that the left, right, top, bottom are being accounted for. I can't, for example, keep this one here and then I put this one here. You know what I'm saying? I can't do that. It will not, even if this is this way, it will not look good. It will not look good. It will look very scattered. It will look very scattered. So you always need to take care of alignment, left, right, top, bottom, and center also. So I'll go back to our original design. Okay, so the other thing I was talking about here is that you can also use the brush tool to just play around, right? Use the brush tool. What I did was I added a layer here and went to the brush tool, just play around. This is purple. I can see it's purple. That's not bad. Play around and just make it look fun. Make it look fun. So you can do that with the brush tool, right? Say if it was a kind of design, for example, let's say a kind of another kind of design. I can just decide to put a crown or draw a crown. Again, with the brush tool, draw a crown. Something like this. Over the lady. So you see that you can do a lot using that brush tool. And again, the nemesis, I'll call it the nemesis or the opposite. It's just the eraser tool. You can just use it to erase whatever it is you want to erase. As simple as that. So that is that. Using everything we learned today to create a flyer design. If you have questions, you can ask in the chat or you can send a message or you can unmute yourself and ask.
Yeah, just one. What PC are you using?
A HP. I use a HP. I use a HP. X. Let me show you the version. I use the version of my PC.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah. So for our assignments, right? For assignments, remember there's still one we have that haven't been done yet. Just Victoria have submitted hers. So for assignments, what we'll be doing is we have this image here, right? We have this image here. What we are going to do is we want to change this. We want to change this. We want to change this yellow to something else, this green to something else, and this red, light red to something else. Right? We are changing this, and changing this. While you are changing this green, please keep in note that, or keep in mind that this lady's eyes are similar to, I think she's wearing lens or something like that, but it has similar color to this green. So you keep that in mind. So you want to change these colors, the yellow, the red, and the green. When you are done, you upload to the assignment. You upload to the assignment folder. Again, well done, Victoria. This is very nice. Well done. Though I did say we should use a font here. I don't think you use that font. If you are still in this class, I don't think you use the font, the required font. Well done. So any other questions, please, before we round up? Okay, if no questions, then that would be the end of our class for today. See you again on Wednesday. See us on Wednesday for our next session. Thank you very much. So for this one, for this assignment, please, we should submit by next week, Wednesday. Sorry, Saturday, sorry. So we have today is Saturday. By Friday next week, which is about 6 days from now, I'd appreciate it if every one of us can do it and submit. I would also do my own and upload it, and the class is going to mark it for me or grade it for me on the next one. Not this one, the next one. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for attending. Remember to do your assignments. And see you next week, Wednesday. Bye.